Classical as a stream and on HD2 and other parts of the state of Georgia outside of Atlanta. We're thrilled that we're able to do that for you thanks to the generosity of a donor, and it really does come down to someone who loves something very much, a gentleman named Stan Brown who lives in Columbus. He reached out to us a few years ago and said, I love classical music so much, I will pay you to bring it back. And so we sat down and talked about exactly how much it would cost for us to do this, and he generously made a 5-year commitment to funding GPB Classical. And so Stan couldn't be here with us tonight, but certainly we are all raising a glass to him because it's because of him that we're here.
Cheers to Stan.
So we will certainly tell him, he'll be thrilled to know that we had a full audience tonight, so that's great. So let's get started. I think that we're just gonna really first dive in. I would love and we'll start with you, Sarah, just tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about what sparked your interest in music and how you got here.
Are we on? We're on. So hi. Thank you so much for coming. It's great to see and meet all of you. I was born into music. My father was a professional flutist at the time I was born. Is this kind of mic? It was that kind of mic. My father played flute professionally, and he's also a musicologist. He's done a lot of history of Mozart and so on. So it was definitely around, but it was my idea to start playing violin when I was 4 because one of my friends in preschool was starting Suzuki violin lessons and I wanted to do it. So we took lessons together, and I've really never stopped. I've never been especially serious or especially fantastic, but it's never not been part of my life to play music, and I still do that. Should I go on into how I came across radio?
Go for it.
Okay, so my freshman year in college, I had the fortune to go to Harvard, and they have a very old student-run commercial station there. And there were posters up around campus saying, try out for WHRB. At Harvard, everything's competitive, so it's called comping. Your first semester, you can comp the radio station. So they put you through this strenuous process, and if you do okay that semester, then you're in. And they had lots of rules about how you program and how you don't program, and this was still LPs at that point. CDs were just coming in, but it was turntables mostly. And so I got involved with that and did that in college. Never dreamed I would spend my life doing it. It was just a fun activity then. But I came back to it 10 years later when we moved to Atlanta, and I had been doing other things. I have a master's in history, and I was a book copy editor. I decided I'd moved enough people's commas around, I was ready to do something else. And there was this opening for a part-time board operator here, just when I was thinking about what I want to do in the world. And what I want to do in the world is to transmit information about important cultural stuff. And so I came in, it was a good fit, and I never left. So I went from board operator to host and music director, and it's been 25 years as of this spring.
Nice.
Top that, John. There's no way.
I am a native of a little town north of Birmingham, Alabama, Oneonta, Alabama. My mom loved classical music. She didn't have the world's biggest LP collection. It was LPs then, of classical. I have to admit that in addition to my mom, she was my mom. I was much more